And welcome to another interesting edition of Inside the Real Estate, brought to you by Housing TV Africa. Inside the Real Estate is a program where we get to deliberate and brainstorm on real estate activities and to propose solutions to the lingering problems in the real estate sector. So today I'm not alone in the studio. I have a guest with me, but before introducing him, let's go on a short break, and when we're back, we introduce him officially.
When the city is getting too loud, you need a home. Home is love, peace, and tranquility. Home is Housing TV Africa. Housing TV Africa, your first in housing news.
Thank you for staying tuned. You're watching Inside the Real Estate with Hafsat Ibrahim on Housing TV Africa. So today I have an interesting guest in the studio, and he will be introducing himself. So please, let's meet you, sir.
Thank you. My name is Tamplana Umar Shuaibu, the former coordinator, Abuja Metropolitan Council.
You're highly welcome.
Thank you.
It's very interesting and nice to have you in the studio today. So we'd like to tap from your experience of knowledge, and we'd also like you to educate and enlighten our viewers about what's going on in the real estate in Abuja, precisely in the FCT. So our topic, our area of focus today is about the protection of Abuja Master Plan. So please, what do you have to say about the quest for the protection of Abuja Master Plan against violence?
Thank you very much. From the beginning, we know we had a former capital. That former capital was Lagos. But there was a debate. This debate started since early 50s up to the time of the government of General Murtala Muhammad in 1976. That was the time that decree was made.
Okay.
Because a committee was formed by the government to look into the continuation or the change of the capital from Lagos to another place.
Okay.
That committee was led by late Akinwa Justice Akinwa Abuja. And the committee gave a report that the continuation of the capital in Lagos is no longer viable. Rather, they are recommending the change of the capital to a new site. And that new site will be at the center of the country, which falls in Abuja, where out there.
Which is the center.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if we have a reason why we left a former capital, we have to plan on how to address that problem that made us to change the capital and make sure that we don't repeat the same mistake again in our new capital.
Indeed.
And when the decree, that is law establishing the FCT, was made by the then government, the FCDA was formed, the Federal Capital Development Authority, which was given the mandate, the assignment of producing a master plan for this city.
Okay.
So there was international bidding because it was advertised.
Okay.
The firms that are qualified, that are renowned for the production of the master plan of the capital city of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And a firm known as International Planning Associates won that bid, and they were given the contract. They produced Abuja Master Plan in 1979. And then the implementation commenced. The physical development commenced in the site for the FCT in 1982. Because when the plan was accepted, there was some preliminary activities before we can go on the ground. The first place where the physical development commenced is what we call the Mashud Adula Way now.
Currently.
We call it then Festival Road. So that is the first location where bulldozers started pulling down trees for the commencement of physical development of the Federal Capital City. And that is, we thank God, the city has been implemented, the development, the master plan has been implemented, and we have Abuja City doing this today. So, what are the elements that made Abuja beautiful? The first one is effective planning, which is followed by implementation to the letter. We are definitely going to have challenges if we start violating that plan.
That plan, of course.
So we must abide by that plan. Otherwise, we fall back to the problem that led us to change the capital from Lagos to Abuja. So all the roads that are provided in Abuja, all the land uses,
the
infrastructure, everything has been planned
down.
And a budget was made, the land use budget. This so percentage is going to be used for residential. So percentage is going to be used for circulation, that is the roads, the production of the road. So percentage is going to be used for recreation. So percentage is going to be used for utilities. All these ones, industrial, and all what have you, these are the various land uses what we have in physical planning. All of them, the percentages were made. So, if we change any element in this land uses, we are definitely going to have challenges.
Of course.
We make sure that we maintain balance in the ecosystem. When you have a land that you are planning, in that land, there could be rivers, there could be mountains, there could be highlands and depressions. So wherever you're going to lay development, should be a flat land. If you are developing in areas that are liable to flooding, you are going to have challenges. So there are some environmental issues that must be factored when you are implementing a plan, or even when you are planning itself, to make sure that you avoid natural disasters.
So this brings me to my next question. How will you describe the situation of the Federal Capital Territory, whereby where majority of areas where flood are supposed to, drainages are supposed to be passed, they are now being allocated to developers?
So that is our major problem now. In the central area district, there are natural streams. Those streams are how they were before the coming of the FCT. And there are natural causes. Whenever there is rainfall, the waters that fall at the mountains, they come and converge at the streams to be carried away. So in the planning of the city, that one was maintained to make sure that that natural setup was not disturbed. Because there was one of our challenges. So whatever has been planned around the central area within phase 1 of the city development All those streams have been packed up.
Okay.
And there was a calculation in order to avoid having floods. We call it 100-year flood regime.
Regime.
100-year flood
regime. Okay.
Along all the streams that are traversing along this,
that axis.
Exactly. What we mean by that is that we provide a buffer.
Okay.
From the streamline to both sides.
Yes.
And determine where development starts.
Which is very necessary.
We calculate to have got 50 meters, 100 meters away from the center of that stream, we are not going to make any development there. Because if we develop there, we are not sure that in the next 1, 2, 3, 4 years, maybe after 50 years, there could be massive flooding that will could drain and cause damages to the development that are within that place.
Within that extent.
So that is why we earmark all those years as buffers, no development, in order to arrest the occurrence of this flood. In a situation whereby you violate that buffer and develop there, you are inviting trouble from nature.
Very true.
Again, all those areas that are earmarked as buffers, they are declared as areas not to be developed. We are not going to develop on those areas because of the challenges. But we are going to utilize that area for some advantages. What are those advantages? You know, we have, whenever you live in an environment, as human beings, as living beings, we generate waste.
Indeed.
There are liquid waste, there are solid waste. Liquid waste are drained from houses to collection points. These collection points, they have their own underground exit ways.
Okay.
So, in Abuja is planned with what we call central sewage system. We don't have, that's why all the plots within the city, we don't have soakaway. We can have soakaway in other places, but not in Abuja, because we have central sewage system.
Okay.
So all the liquid waste that is coming up from individual houses got collected into a central arteria.
Okay.
You can have an arteria, the sewer, the central sewer arteria. Human being can walk very big.
Wow.
That is the collection point of all this liquid waste that are coming from all this. So we lay this underground facility along these areas that we are sure that we are not going to develop on. Because if you are going to have development over them, it will rupture the underground facility.
Indeed.
So that is why anywhere of providing the underground facility, we don't put development over them.
Okay.
So you are utilizing these buffer zones. Instead of it to just remain like that without any use, we use it to lay our underground infrastructure.
Okay.
At the same time, we use it to provide light recreation. In the sense that we plant trees, we plant grasses, and make sure that we can use that place for recreation, but not physical development.
Okay.
So that's why we call them green areas.
Green areas.
Anywhere you find they are green, we say green area is not supposed to be developed for anything. If you develop there, first of all, you are challenging nature. Secondly, you are destroying whatever you have put under as an underground infrastructure.
Okay. So is there any rule for anybody that violates this law, the law? Anybody, is there any rule set aside that, okay, if you violate this law, if this place is not allocated to you as a developer and is meant for drainage, flood and all that, is there any rule that is attached to it that they will use to sanction that individual or developer?
At initio, you cannot even develop because you have to be given approval.
Okay, nice.
There is a laid down regulation.
Okay.
In Abuja here, you have to be given allocation first of the land.
Before developing on.
Even if you are given allocation, you cannot develop what you want.
Okay.
You have to apply. All the plots in Abuja are categorized in zones.
Okay. Nice.
We have low density, medium, and high density residential development. We have neighborhood centers, district centers, and city centers, commercial activities, commercial development. All of them are under categories.
Okay.
We have building height requirements. You cannot just go and build
Anywhere.
a bungalow anywhere. And you cannot just go and book a bungalow where you're supposed to go 2 or 3 floors.
Okay.
If you are going 2 or 3 floors, you cannot develop a bungalow. If you are going only 2 floors, you cannot go higher than that. So they are required.
It's a principle.
There are things that are required.
Yeah, that's set down.
So in the first place, according to the requirements, standard requirement, you are not supposed to be given allocation on an area that's a green. They are marked for green.
Okay, nice.
Any land officer that recommend for that allocation is violating his role as a public officer and as a professional in his own activity. So there is violation of the civil service rule, there is also violation of the professional ethics of practice of all professional bodies. So if there is any allocation in that area, first thing is that the person that made the allocation has erred, and there are consequences.
Interesting.
If the allocation is made, there are checks and balance along the way. You have to apply and get building approval with the Development Control Department. In case there was a mistake in the allocation, it's supposed to be noticed when somebody brought the submission for building plan approval, because the place, the offices where the allocation is made,
yes,
and where the approval is made, they all have this document, the land use plan. Yes, you made a mistake in the allocation. Here we are going to correct it. We are not going to give approval to build in this area because you are not even up to issue supposed to be given allocation
in the first place
on this land. So approval for development will be denied. If it is given, another offense has been committed by the officer that has approved a development where he is not supposed to approve. So the person that made the allocation, the person that made the building plan approval, are violated. They have violated their professional practice and their official responsibilities. There are consequences in the civil service rules and regulations. There are also consequences in the professional practice and ethics. All professions, town planning, architect, engineering, surveying, all of them have their professional ethics, and they have disciplinary measures on all professionals that violated that profession based on their practice. And the developer that had developed, even if he has been given approval, subsequently when it was discovered and a regime that comes that wants to make amends, the ignorance of the law is not an excuse. A master plan, the Abuja master plan, is a legal document. It's a legal document. Being a legal document, anybody that violates it is never an excuse to say that you are ignorant, even if the violation is as a result of ignorance. But it can never be as a result of ignorance. Anybody that has been given allocation in green area knows that that area is green. If he doesn't know it, that is his problem.
Of course.
Before you make any development, you have to know which area is it. And if he knows it, he fails that there is a government in place now that are giving and protected is making a mistake. A whole area that was violated, being a green area, the whole area was demolished and the area was restored back to its green activity, green use. We call it Accra Street.
Okay.
And what happened then, all the officers that were part of that violation were fired.
It's needed.
All the developments
that
were made there were removed. Some have their building plan approval, some do not have. Even if you have building plan approval, so long as the area has been earmarked for green, which was it at that time, it was removed. At least we have something, we have example to see. It could happen again.
Of course.
If you go to central area now,
yes,
if you are approaching the central area from Wuse, the first culvert that you have, that is a stream that is passing through central area. We call it River Wopa.
Okay.
It starts from here Adwa Center and flows down to where you have the World Trade Center. It flows down to Wuye district. That channel, that river, that stream channel is well known. And since when Abuja, development starts in Abuja for the past up to getting to 50 years now, no government has violated that area. It is in this government that violation is taking place. You can see that the whole buffer zone has been planned, ready for development. Only very small area, very narrow space has been made where the water is going to pass. When flood comes, it doesn't have respect to all these things.
At all. It doesn't.
Floods everywhere.
It doesn't at all.
So that is what we want to avoid.
Okay.
And to think that flooding is occurring in the central district of Abuja is going to be a serious embarrassment
like a slap
for the federal government.
Yes.
Not only Abuja, it's the country, because Abuja is the capital of Nigeria.
You
think that all these ones has not been taught, has not been arrested as a federal capital city of the country, and you're having these ones? What is the use of a plan? What's the use of the planners?
Exactly.
What is the professional that we have? Yes, we're having these type of challenges. It's going to be an embarrassment to us in the international community. That's what we are saying. And we must address this in order to run away from all this embarrassment.
Yeah, it's very valid. It's very important that we take all this into consideration, because if steps are not taken, if disciplinary measures are not taken, you will see a lot of people violating the law. Some people will even go to the extent of doing whatever pleases them because they know that there is no law or there is no rule attached to it. So it's very important. So moving forward, there's been challenges of relocation of land here and there. And what's the implication of this, especially to the real estate sector?
You see, when you say relocation,
yes,
you mean maybe resettlement. You know, we have resettlement, we have relocations.
Okay.
The relocation is that whenever a development comes to a place where there are people that are living there, the issue is that those that are living there prior to the development, they don't have approval.
Yes.
Maybe they constructed informal sector, there's some informal sector development and things like that. Yes, the government has a way of pushing their effects, their alleviation, their plight.
Okay.
And relocating them to another place.
Yes.
Where they cannot be disturbed. That's what we call relocation. Resettlement happens when you have original inhabitants. Because When Abuja, the law establishment of Abuja was made, there are people in the territory.
Yes.
They are also Nigerians. So if you are removing them from there because you want to develop the city, you have to give them another land and develop for them.
More
the
like
government
more like
resettlement, that is
compensating.
resettlement.
Okay, yeah, resettlement.
Yes, you resettle them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is city development has thought of the area, and the original inhabitants are not complaining,
Mm-hmm.
but their major complaint is give them adequate resettlement in an area whereby there is what we call integration. The government is also embarking on integration. Anywhere that is going to be resettlement, they have to be resettled with all facilities, provide school for them, provide health for them.
Worship center,
everything must be provided for them.
Basics.
Just the way they were before, you have to improve their standard.
Of course.
Because they are now indigenous of the federal capital territory. So we have resettlement policy, we have relocation policies. So it is part of the program for the development of the FCT.
Okay, very interesting. Thank you for that enlightenment, sir. With this, we'll go on a short break, and please stay with us.
When the city is getting too loud, you need a home. Home is love, peace, and tranquility. Home is Housing TV Africa. Housing TV Africa, your first in housing news.
Welcome back. In case if you are just joining us, this is Inside the Real Estate, and I'm here with an interesting guest. His name is Town Planner Umar Shuaibu, and he's the former coordinator of Abuja Metropolitan Management Council. We're talking about the topic, protection of Abuja Master Plan against violence, and he was able to enlighten us on major activities that has to do with housing, real estate in this sector. So moving forward, what do you think should be the duty of the Honorable Minister in the area of restoring master plan in the FCT?
The duty of the Honorable Minister is to make sure that he defends the Abuja Master Plan against violation.
Of course.
So that is what all FCT ministers say in the first day of their assumption of office as the ministers. So they have to walk their talk. It has to be seen that yes, during my tenure, there is no violation. Rather, there is strict adherence
policy,
respect to the policy, to this plan. Because by the time we drill, it's as if we are going back to where we started.
Which is very bad.
So, that is the duty of the FCT minister. Not only this one, but all the ministers that have gone, that's what they said, defending Abuja Master Plan. And this present minister, when he came, that's what they said. Unfortunately, what will happen today in Abuja is contrary to that. The defense of the Master Plan. It's violation of the Abuja Master Plan.
So you made mention of this current contemporary government not meeting up to that plan. Are you trying to say that they are not focused on the area which they promised to develop?
Well, you see, it takes two to tango.
Of course.
Perhaps the officers, the professionals in the system are not guarding human rights.
Okay.
Almost all the green areas within the city today, they are built, you see, being cleared, ready for development. The dangers that we're going to have is what we had earlier. And it will start materializing not only in the areas of flooding, but in the areas of the with the underground infrastructure, the conveyance of the liquid waste that are coming from individual houses. Because once you develop over these underground facilities,
yes,
they will rupture and they will block the path of these spaces. You will have a blockage here in Gudu district.
Okay.
But the consequences will be as far back up the Berki district. Because when the water, the liquid waste,
yes,
got blocked here, it will come out somewhere. And that's why you see feces coming out in streets, along the street. You have them around the city today.
Very unfortunate.
There is this neighborhood center, neighborhood park. This one, not only in there are so many of them here there are so many of them in Wusi, there are so many of them in Asokoro, there are so many of them in central area. All about this one. What we are saying is that the land area of Abuja, the FCT, is 8,000 square kilometers.
Wow.
Within that area, the city is 250 square kilometers. You can expand. There are areas for expansion. If phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4 is filled up, a plan has been made for phase 5. There are areas that you can enforce phase 6, phase 7, depend on the request, not to overdevelop the existing area. There are consequences in the overdevelopment of these places. When you calculate the traffic requirement, the volume of traffic that will come from phase 1, today the volume has doubled because the development is more than what we have planned. The amount of liquid waste has gone up. Solid waste has also increased. Water demand has also increased. What I was saying. And then the area that we have laid around so that we can have adequate ventilation is not filled up. We have the issue of global warming. That is weather change, climate change.
Yes, climate change.
This is global. It's not only in Nigeria here. This year, as you can observe, we have what we call the hottest December.
Of course.
We know in December we have Hamatan.
Yeah.
But this year we never had the Hamatan. It was different.
Entirely.
What is the consequences of not having that Hamatan? Is it going to be flooding or is it going to be drought? That is nature. If it is flooding that is going to follow this one, I will prepare for it. We have areas where we always have flooding in Abuja, and anytime it occurs, it is accompanied with loss of lives and properties.
Very unfortunate. Sad.
Are we saying that we want to have that in Abuja?
No, not at all.
So why can't we respect this plan and save ourselves?
Exactly.
By then injuring our lives and properties. So that is what we are preaching. That is why we are soliciting to the policy makers, those that are at the helm of affairs today, please save Abuja city from environmental challenges, environmental disasters. That's all that I'm calling.
Thank you very much for that enlightenment, sir. So, as an expert in your field, will you like to state down major experience, challenges, and back it up with the success stories that you've recorded so far in your area, your field of expertise?
Well, you see, according to my own character, I don't blow my trumpet. Yes, to say I achieved this, achieved that.
Okay.
Is against
your
my own principles.
Your personal principles.
Yes, people that knows me, knows what I've done in the office, knows what I've achieved, and as a human being, we also have challenges.
Of course.
Nobody is 100%.
Yeah, of course.
Correct. You must have little challenges here and there. That is human. We are all human. But it must not be deliberate. We know we have made achievements. What I would prefer is for the people to say, yes, this is what you have achieved. Not for me to say, I achieved this. It's against my
that's
principle.
very interesting. I appreciate and honor that principle. So we'll stick by it. So I would like you to educate and enlighten the viewers, especially those that are not aware of this master plan, this allocation, especially related to housing. You should please enlighten them on the strategies, and by extension also telling them the laws, like if they break or they do not abide by the law, the charges that comes with it.
Okay. You see, it is the underlying procedure. If you have an allocation of land in Abuja,
yes,
you have to get building plan approval. First of all, you cannot develop, you have without allocation. You cannot have a land without allocation. That's will validly allocated to you.
Yes.
When it's allocated, you proceed the development control for them to give you the building approval. When you are given approval, make sure you develop according to what has been approved for you. Do not develop something different from that approval. And make sure that you abide by the rule and regulations while you are developing. In that development, there are setbacks. This is what you say, this is your front, this is side, rear setbacks. This the amount of reinforcement that you are supposed to provide for a building. If you violate that, you are inviting challenges of building collapse. If you do not provide the adequate reinforcement for your development, you are going to have very weak structure and it's subject to collapse. We don't want to have that. These are environmental challenges. Whenever it occurs, it is accompanied with loss of lives and properties. Thirdly, to the real estate developers, if you are buying a land, make sure you go to check. Check that land. Whoever has sold that land to you, is this his land? If it is not his land, if that land is subject of like double allocation or fraud, you are getting a document that will cause problem to you, because by the time you go to commence development, somebody will say this land is not your own, it's mine, and he give you adequate reason why it is not yours. And you cannot do otherwise.
Of course.
And at that time, you already sink your money. Getting your money back is going to be a problem. Thirdly, is that you have to know, yes, that land that has been allocated, is it where I'm supposed to develop? If the allocation is subject to violation of land use, don't go close to it. Violation of land use in the sense that the land is earmarked for green activity as a green area, and then the allocation is residential. Do not go to close to that land.
Mm-hmm.
Please run away from it. Because by the time you buy it, you have already sunk your money. If you are lucky to get building plan approval by virtue of bending the rule by the officers there, you are not going to escape future scrutiny that will catch up with you. You think that you are building your house, you are building your office complexes and that. By the time auditing occurred, any challenge comes because of the development on that area, definitely that building is going to give way. So you see, you have lost your investment. So ab initio, make sure you check not only the land registry to know that the owner, the person is the owner of the land, or even if it is allocation, you allocated the right land.
Yeah.
Also on the use, go to development control or even the land officers there. What is the land use? Approve land use of this area. If they tell you, it's a green area, but you are giving, just you can go and build your house, do not accept.
Of course, you have to checkmate that before.
So leave it. There are other lands. There are so many lands that are clean, and you can get developed.
Thank you so very much for that enlightenment and education, because a lot of people are not even aware that there are principles guiding this step. But with you on the studio, I believe our viewers were able to get insight and enlightenment about the whole protection of Abuja master plan. So I would like to get your final word.
What I will advise, specifically the present people, that is going to be applicable to people that are buying lands now around those areas that have been subject to violation. I advise them to desist. Don't ever go close to any land that you know is a subject of violation. If it is a green area, leave it to be green. Somebody to come and sell a green area that no, it has been changed to no. At the time in the future, when problem will start, the people that have sold the land to you have already gone.
To be found.
Get your money is
a
problem. And when that house has been demolished, you will be charged to pay the cost of that demolition. So don't even have advised people that are now those also plans that have been cleared. You know, we saw what happened before, and it can happen again.
Of course.
So we must guard against it. If you have our money, let's make sure we invest wisely. But if you say, okay, I know, just get build approval, build. If you build, you have government by the time. Make sure that you build before the end of our government. It will not work. When the government goes, another government comes. And that time, you don't have any control of whatever they will do. You're on your own. Thank you. That's my advice.
Thank you so very much. Yeah, thank you very much. That was very enlightening and very specific. So as he likely said, he said that if you have money, make sure you invest wisely, because this government is not going to stay forever. So you have to think of the long-term goal, so you don't have end up in regret. This brings us to the end of this edition of Inside the Real Estate. I still remain your anchor, Hafsat Oreme Ibrahim. Please join us next time for another interesting and exciting edition.